Hi everyone, welcome to my home. My name is Sandy and today we are going to work on my countertops for spring. We're going to put a little spring moment together in the kitchen. I'm starting off by leaning this picture up against the wall. I love the color of the frame and I'm going to be carrying a little gold around the kitchen as well as a little bit more texture and a little bit more of the rustic look. On that little tray, I had added those two little bowls, which have a little gold around it. And I like putting garnishments in it or put, like when I'm cooking, if I need to put anything like an egg in it or what have you. So it's very functional. And then I added my little olive oil. So just a little moment along with my staple a little nugget maker next to it. So we started off with that and it looks so pretty, not cluttered and also functional for me. And then we're going to move over to the middle of the cooktop and I'm going to go ahead, rather than putting my cutting boards, I'm going to add this flat tray, which just gives me some texture and a little bit more of a lighter vibe for spring and summer. Then in the middle of my cooktop, I'm going to add one of my favorite candles, which was gifted to me for Christmas by my daughter. And again, carrying that gold. And let's go ahead and light that because, oh my gosh, this is one of my favorite candles. It has such a great scent to it. And it just sort of reminds me of spring and summer. So we're going to light that as we're working towards the other side of the cooktop, which is the right size. Now, I love this moment and it's just really flowing nicely. It's functional, but again, we're getting that rustic spring look. Now, this is a little DIY pot that I did, and I decided to switch this out from my other one, which was a white one, and I went ahead and put all my little wooden spoons and a couple little gold spoons in there again to carry that color. And I definitely feel that just screams like that rustic look that I'm going for. Now, I always like to put a little lamp. I picked this one up the beginning of the year from Target. I do have that fluorescent lighting, but sometimes I don't like to have that under cabinet lighting, and I just like to have a little bit softer. And then I added a little cutting board just up against that side there just to give some warmth in that corner. Then those are the little salt and pepper grinders that I spray painted that were from Target, the Hearth and Hand line. Now I love this little scalloped. It is actually like a little pot planter, and I love its Scream Spring, and that is from Walmart. And I added just a little cherry blossom twig in there, and then I gave it like a little bit of a look by just putting a couple little flowers like they're falling off the cherry blossoms. Cherry blossoms only bloom for a short period, so that's why I did that, and it just really gives a little moment. Then I found this beautiful picture at Home Goods with some pears to sort of go along with the fruit on the picture from Target, and I put that up there. Now, over in our little nook here, I bought this beautiful, it's absolutely amazing. It looks so high end from Home Goods. It was $24.99. It's like paper mache. And when I first picked it up, I was like, oh, I thought it was going to be so heavy. And it's like really, really light. Again, bringing that rustic vibe in and bringing it over to this table. Then the favorite piece of mine, which is the good old mighty little pot from Walmart that I bought last year. I think everybody did. And those little baby breasts, I just set that in the middle and I could put fruit in there. I can, just add whatever. But I love the way this complements the bowl with this little pot and those baby breasts. And again, carrying that rustic look around the kitchen. So it just is coming together so well, and I've got a little bit of that gold accent, which is just giving me, again, sort of that rustic vintage look. And speaking of gold, I picked up this paper towel holder from Amazon. It has like a command strip type that holds it onto the cabinet rather than having the paper towel holder like I have for years on top of the counter. So I am loving having that, and I'm telling you, it is hefty duty like command strip. Then I bought the larger of the two of these as well. So I bought the small and large of this little planter, and I could use it maybe in the summer if I decide to change it out. But what I wanted to do is have a home for my little scrub brushes, And again, it doesn't look cluttered inside my sink or on the countertop. And then added this hand soap, which is a nice, beautiful summer scent. Now, on the other side of the sink, I don't have a lot of room because we use this eating like little breakfast bar more than we do our table. So I didn't want to put anything large there because it would be in the way. So I decided to just use a clear container, and I put a few more little cherry blossoms and put a little water at the bottom of that vase just so it looks like they are real. And then I decided to again just throw a few little, I just pick them off of that stem to give you that illusion like they're falling off. Now, I ended up not liking the way it looked because it looked like it just blended right into the counter. So I went and grabbed this little, it's actually from Walmart. It was a hot item last year too, like planter tray. So I really think that grounded that and just made it not look like it just blended in with the counter. And then for the final touch, I'm getting my little towel here. Again, that has that vintage sort of rustic vibe, and just hanging it over my little towel holder here. And that is completing the kitchen. And oh my gosh, you all, I'm loving it. Again, rustic, gives me a little bit of a vintage look, and everything just flows nicely. It's functional. It's not cluttered, and I don't have a whole lot of counter space, but I love the way this came together. And I had everything pretty much already on hand. So I hope this gives you an idea of ways that you could be creative without going out and spending a lot of money. And other than changing out maybe some florals, I will probably leave this like that it is now all the way through summer. Maybe again just adding a few little new touches, but for the most part I am so thrilled. Love the look of these little cherry blossoms and love this little container. Love this. It just, oh my gosh, it all came together and gave me that vibe that I was going for while still giving me functional space.